Yeah, in this video, I want to take you step by step. We will do together how to create your own token on Solana using Solana CLI, or you think how you can launch a token on Solana, and we'll be using the Solana CLI step by step as a developer. So let's get in this video. Welcome, dear friend. I'm Solomon Foske, founder of dProgramming University, a free Web3 development education platform. Please note our content are for education purpose only, not financial, trading, investment, programming or development advice into any of the platform discussed. Always do your own research. And please, we may get sponsorship, partnership, token or whatever form during, before or after creating this content, but we try as much as possible to remain unbiased and make it educative. If that agreed on, let's get right into this content. Yeah, now, as I've said, let's look at how to create own token using Solana CLI, and I will be following this guide so that things will be more organized and to be easier for you as well. So you can, I will add the link in the description of the video for this official guide by Solana Foundation Dev Teams. So in case I forget, please remind me in the comment and I'll be able to, because it's not like when I'm recording, I just post instantly. So I record multiple videos, and by the time I'll be uploading them, I might have forgotten. So please remind me on that. So let's check this out, how to create a token on Solana. And good, in this guide, you will create a token. We'll be using Solana CLI, the new token extension program, which is also like known as token 2022. Yeah, so that's the new SPL standard. So, and the token metadata extension, which allow the use of extension. That's why you can add multiple extensions to it, like add taxes. Like if you want to create a token now that have taxes or things, I won't be doing that now, but maybe in future. And if you want me to do a video on that, let me know in the comments that other extensions that I want to create token and implement them, those extensions, you can let me know in the comments. So let's take this. In this guide, the token program that is, so this is the new SPL token 22 or 2022. You will see that it's token, then ZQ something. Different from the token keg Q something like that. So that's the difference. You know that if the program ID is this, that's the old one, and if the ID is this, that's the new SPL token program. So then we'll be dealing with this, not the old one. And the old one, we also need you to use something like Metaplex metadata program separately to be able to bring your kind of token metadata on chain managed by Metaplex. But now this like token metadata extension allow you to bring your metadata online as well with your token when launching or minting and things like that. So now the first step is install Solana CLI. We'll create a folder, new token, and CD new token. You can install it here. I've done series of video on Solana CLI, so you can watch it out. So let me check this. Let's open our terminal and first confirm that we have Solana CLI 2. Then before we move to creating the folder. So we do Solana -- version. So we have this installed. If you don't, like I said, watch the guide and also follow instruction here. So now that we know and confirm, I need to minimize this. So now that we have this and we can confirm, since we have confirmed the installation, then we can make this folder new token folder. I want to make it here inside SPL Live. So you make the folder anywhere you want it, and then I can open this in the terminal. Yeah, so we are inside that folder. And create a key pair for the Mint authority. So we need to create a key pair for our Mint authority so that we can, work with that. So to do that, you can use this to create it. This one is creating a custom wallet, let's say wallet, but you don't actually need to. But if you want to for your token, you can actually do it. I think in the previous video we did one that we use like or something like that. So if you want to create this, you can use copy. Then in this case, let's call this and let's see if we can generate a token that have that. So this one is not actually creating the token. This the wallet for the token that we want to use. So all these people creating token, and then usually the name of the token usually starts the wallet. You get all this customize something. So that's what we are trying to achieve here. But it seems this will take a long time. Let me shorten this to ZS. So good, we have this key pair now, ZS, which means the wallet started from ZS. You can see it now, ZS. Good. So we can use this, and we are ready to use this now. This the key pair. Keep the content of the Mint key pair safe. So usually you should know this would have been created and kept within your Solana CLI. So you need to keep it safe if you are using it to launch actual token. I will always suggest once you are done launching the token, you should remove it from that place and save it somewhere, because it contains your private key. So you don't want to leave it there. The next thing you do is configure this one to use the key pair we just created. Yeah. So normally, if we check, for example, if I do Solana address, then Solana balance. So you see, this isn't the same as the wallet that was created for us here. You can see this. It's not the same. So because I have a default wallet I'm using with the Solana CLI before. So to know that, I will do Solana config get, and this tells me the wallet. The wallet is id.json, but the new one that was created is this .json. So if I want to use this, I need to make sure I change this so that anything I do henceforth, it won't be using this one. Instead, it will be using this wallet. So I need to point this keep here part to it. So to achieve that, I need to change this. That will be this set, Solana config set. That's to DevNet, but I'm already on DevNet. So if you are not on DevNet, you run this, but the RPC URL is already on DevNet. So I don't need to run this, but I need to run this. Solana config set keep here. So what I'm saying is, you should set this keep here part to this new one we just created, which is this. So you can see it. So it's going to change and assign it. Let's try that. So confirm. So it has even showed it for us, but if we recheck again, then you can see that the path is now this new one we just created instead of oh, this won't work. I did a mistake there. I ought to include this slash config slash Solana, just like we have this. Yeah, I need all this. So I will show you, if you don't remember the path, how to ensure it set the path itself. So I will do it again. Let's rerun that. So before here, we have this sign, then you paste that part. You see? So whatever your home, it will auto-locate it for you. Then go inside .config.solana. No space should be between them. Slash this, yeah. So if we check again, you can see it now that is now set to it auto identify this and append it. Then in this config Solana, and then the new wallet we just created. So how do we now confirm that? If I own the same Solana balance again, you see it. If I own Solana balance, you can see, and then I own program, no default signer fund, on okay, it says no signer fund, and said I should run this. No. Yeah, it's good this issue came up because this thing can be confusing. You need to be careful to ensure when we were creating the running the Solana keygen to generate, we created it inside this actual new token file. You understand? And this is it. So you need to be careful, whereas this is not the point we pointed our Solana CLI to. This, it shouldn't be like this. So for me to do that, I need to, this is the actual folder where it ought to be, which is inside the .config.solana. That's why it's saying here that no default signer found, because when you look at here, there's nothing like this inside this Solana file. So we need to cut it off from here and actually move it here. So when I was creating it, I ought to have included something like this to create it and not create it inside that folder. So little issues like that, you should take note. It's good when creating content. I love like when there are issues, because this could help some people out. Not just doing video and showing you everything just works. Even I doing video, face a lot of things. We are all developers and we face challenges. So not just showing as if everything works smoothly. No. So if we check again, I think it should work now. We have it here. Config Solana. Let's retry Solana balance. You can see you can see it now that it says 0 so. And if I say Solana address for us to be sure is that address, you can see it. That's the CS something 10 something. So we have it fixed now, and that was the cause of that error. Let's minimize this back. So back to this now. So the next thing, since we now have this as our main wallet in our Solana CLI, we have the div. If you check the Solana config, that's it, and then the Solana balance and address is what is showing for us. So you see, following their own guide here, that's why you should understand the part you are using for your own Solana KPIs. And when you are following, these are just like general guide, you should ensure you include it. And the best way to do is to do your Solana config get. Whatever this part is, just copy from the .config or whatever it is, and then you can add this or the full part. If you like, you can just copy then before everything so that you don't get confused. That's why theirs is just direct, then commitment confirmed, everything is set. So I think we are good to go now. Yeah, so I think this is like, you see it, .config.solana, then CLI, I think maybe this like Windows or something, or Mac. Yeah, so I'm using Linux. So let's see the next one. Get devnet so because we need so here to do. So I've also done a lot of videos and guide and things like that for this. So we can do Solana airdrop. Can we do 4? Let's see. So good. So you see it now. We are able to get the airdrop. And if I go back to address, it's the same address. And now we have Solana balance. We have 4 so instead of this 0 so here. So now we can use it to deploy and do some things like that. We now have our wallet. That's like our own wallet. Your wallet that you want to use, that will be like the owner of that token. Now the mint, the token mint itself, that's like the token itself that I want to mint. We also need account. Everything on Solana is account, can be confusing. So we need account. That account is the actual token. So in fact, the first one we did was our own wallet. So not the like actual token. So it will save a new key pair named after the public key. So this one now is where we will use this. So we need to now create for the token. What name should we use for that? Let's try and, but you know, that was like the mistake we did earlier. So I need to ensure, or even if I create it here, I will need to copy it over here. So let me create it here and copy it over. MNT. Let's say the token will be XYZ token. So the mint address, that's what people with the token address. Let's see. If it takes more time, I may need to shorten it. So once it starts saying all this searching, it might take more time. So what I would do is, oh good, we are able to get it, XYZ, cool. So this is now created here, and remember, we go back, you see that it's not here, we come inside here, you see it. So the token keep here is here. So if we want to use it to make things much, I may just cut it and put it here. Yeah. So I have this is the wallet, and this for the token, the mint address. So our token will be XYZ something. So, and then we are having the token wallet starting. That's cool. Yeah, let's go on. Once we save name after the KPI, replace the address with your token mint account address in the following steps. So creating the token mint account. So let's decide on a decimal. You know, let's just go with the default. The default on Solana uses 9, Ethereum uses 16 or 18, 16 or 18, 16 or 18, maybe. So let's just, we don't need to specify decimal. Then this is what we need to use. We need SPL token, SPL dash token, create token, then the flag program ID. So remember the program token 2022 token extension. This is the ID, so you copy it and we'll put it here. So that means we are saying we are interacting with this program. Oop, the T is missing. Okay. Yeah, so we have the token, and then enable metadata. So we want to enable metadata. Which we are doing this, enable metadata, and this. So instead of this, remember, we are going to use the one we created here, which is this. No. This, copy. Enable metadata. So previously this would have been handled by Metaplex setup and things like that program. So, but now, and don't forget, when you are using token extension, whatever extension you want to add, you have to enable it when you are launching the token. So I don't, maybe in future, but for now, you cannot just go and enable it later. So it is better you enable it and not really set up much thing, and then later it gives you opportunity to update and things like that, depending on the extension. But if you don't enable it, that's why we enable metadata now. With this wouldn't work, but let's try it. You see it, invalid value, token keep here, because don't forget, they are just creating it directly in the, but we are following this part. So you should always ensure the part you are using. So for us, we are using token key pair. So I need to always have this. So it points to that actual key pair of that mint address that we created. So you know we have moved it from this folder previously, and that's what I will advise, because this thing can be confusing. You don't want to be creating all these things all around. Don't forget these things contain your private key. So the more you can put everything in a place, the more it is easier for you to track that, okay, I'm done with this, I need to delete it, I'll back it up somewhere. But if you have done them in multiple wallets, later you don't even know if you have removed it or not. So that's just why I think sticking to this default of Solana CLI installation folder is much of my own suggestion. So, but you are free to use just follow like you have it here. So let's see if this solve that error now. So you can see it because it's now able to locate that key pair. Cool, you can see it now. To initialize metadata inside the mint, please run SPA token inside metadata, your token name, your token symbol, your token URL, and sign with the mint authority. So you know now that the mint authority is this is the token address itself, and the decimal was 9, and then the mint authority is this our actual ZS. Yeah, the ZS is the mint authority. That's your wallet you are using. You have now created a Solana token mint, which like your token. Now we can add metadata to it. I think that's the next thing. You cannot add more extension to your token mint after you create the token mint account. So you see what we are saying here. So you should have decided the extensions you want to use. I think in next video I will talk about maybe top 5 or more token extension you may want to check out. So you should be aware of the ups, the downs, the pros and cons, and decide before. So don't enable metadata and then you need transfer extension. You can't add it later. So you have to have enabled it right from the point you are putting this on. So the next one we will be doing now is create and upload image and off-chain metadata. Next, we will create the off-chain metadata for our token. This data display on sites like Solana Explorer and things like that. So the metadata, like I've told you, they are so, and these are places you can upload those details on. If you are a provider, for a test token, a centralized storage solution like GitHub and things like that could be okay. So I think I have one I used for one of the programming guide. Let's see. Previously, so if we go to the token, search for token guide, yeah, I think I created a metadata for that. Let me search for that metadata. So we have this, yeah, this metadata. I created it and that one was using Metaplex. So I hosted it on GitHub. I also want to locate that and so I think let's search for raw. Yeah, so this guide you on how you can upload your metadata. Yeah, push, when you can push a repo with it like this .ts or something, you see it. Then when you push it to GitHub, you will have access to it. Solidity SPL token program. So let me go to the repo. Yeah, GitHub repo, cool. So that's what the guide was telling you. For test, you see it now. SPL JSON. I have JSON file here. So if I click in there, you see it. It has the name. So just bear with me. We used it like that. It's for Solidity, Solang on Solana. So, but this is example of how it will look. Then you should have your image as well. We point to wherever the image you have it hosted. This is the image that it will be using. So since I have this, I just come and click on raw. So it converts it to a raw, like raw JSON something for me. And then that is what we'll copy. If you see, it said upload it, you can see it. This precisely, you see it's the same. And then once you upload and click that raw, you will get something like this. So this is what you need, you see it. So, and then I have it like that. And ensure that the link directly opens your meta. So that link, if you click on it, it has to open this JSON file like that. So add the metadata to the token. So once we know that this is working, as mentioned earlier, the step only work for token using the token extension of 2022. So we initialize the metadata, and this is how it will look. So let's do that. SPL -token initialize metadata. So remember that's the wallet we are using, which is, we copy this. So we are initializing metadata for this token mint here. And then this will now be the name, followed by the name that will be XYZ token, then followed by the symbol XYZ, then followed by the link to that raw file. Though the name here will be totally different, but we are just using as example. Yours, you should create yours. You can follow that guide on the Programming University as well to create it. So let's put that here. Any other thing? Nope. So you see it's a JSON file. So let's create this. Invalid owner SPL token initialize metadata empty. No, it seems okay, I think probably we should use because okay, this isn't JSON. This is using the wallet directly. Okay, the mint token since okay. So I need to edit this. I should just point it to that token mint. It will, since the wallet I'm using is the authority, so it will fix that. So I don't need to, it's not the keep here now again. So it's the mint authority we use. Let's try this. So you can see it now that we got it to work. So you created a token with metadata. Look at your token mint address starting with in Solana Explorer, making sure to use DevNet. So if we try to look at Solana.fm, Solana FM Explorer. So you just copy this mint and then paste it here. I know these things can be confusing, but if that's why I took time, and this video is a bit long, and not just do things fast and then you get. So if you can pause, rewind and things, then if you get stuck, you can ask questions in the comment below the video. So you have this account, but we might not really see anything here because this is actually on mainnet and we are working on DevNet. So we should be able to change this. Network. So DevNet, you change it to DevNet. And then boom, you see it, that you remember the CS, that's the ZS, that's the mint authority, that's the wallet that has authority here. Then this, we have set the token, and you see the metadata that we set, cool, ZS, XYZ token, symbol XYZ, seller point fee, update authority, collection and things like that. So all those things, and the extension we use, metadata pointer, metadata extension. So it also activated the pointer because it allowed to point it to it. So if you activated any other extension, you will see it. So you already have your token created, which is the account that can now have the token. Any token you create or mint from here will follow whatever you have set here. So I think the next step in the guide is for us to now create a token, for us to now actually mint an actual token. So we got all that right. Like I said, pause, ask questions if you get stuck as well. But that's why we try not to cut all those mistakes, some of those things, so you can learn from them as well. Now that the token is complete setup, we can mint some token. Let's mint 100. First, we need to create a token account to hold the token for our token mint. So because we now need another account, so it could be confusing. Your own wallet is the mint authority, like you see here. That's your wallet that created that token, which is XYZ token. And XYZ token has its own address wallet, which was the XYZ HS something like that, which is this. You know, it's different from the mint authority or own wallet. So now anyone that we owed any of this token, they also need a token, associated token account, associated token account, ATA, associated token account, so that we owed that token, unlike Ethereum or EVM that everything is just managed inside the smart contract. So that's like the third account now. So for us to create that, so that our wallet can also hold the token. Any other person that maybe we want to sell to or hold it, we also have to create that. So let's see what we've got. So SPL create account. First, we need to create a token account to hold the token for our mint for the hour that is currently set. You can also specify a different account by adding the address at the end. So if you look at what is happening here, SPL token, let's see, SPL token, then create account. Now, this one, if you just do create account, you can see saying it. You can also specify a different account by adding the address at the end of the command. You understand? So now, SPL token create account, and then this account, which is this token address, this one that we created, paste. So what we mean is that if I say I call this on this account, it will create it for the wallet I'm using to make this call. So that means it will create it for this wallet, which is our default wallet that we set here. You remember? Yeah. So what they are now telling you is that if we want to create it, let's say we want to create it for somebody else or for another wallet, you have to give a space and specify that wallet so that the account that will be created for the token account will be for that associated with that wallet and not the current wallet you are using. So it's like you want to send it to another person and things like that. So, but now we just use this, so we are good to go with this. Let's see if there's any other thing. So you see it, we create this account. And now we can see that the account, you see, this is our account now. If we check this account, it will like be empty. It will be empty. Make sure you're on DevNet or else it won't show. You see it, mint. Balance 0. Account type, token account. So associated with a token. So, and then this is the owner, that's my wallet. Then the state initialize token extension true. So because we are connecting to a token extension based token, so transfer extension, immutable owner extension, and things like that. So now we have this and it's 0. So when we mint, we can now have it shown there. And when you also see the token account itself is 0, no token in circulation at all. So let's now create it. It's a bit confusing for beginners, especially if you are even new to Solana, but you can learn. That's why it took the time, and the video is a bit long so that I can cover all these things. We do mistake together, fix it together, and things like that. So I believe that's how we learn as a developer. So if you like what I'm doing, you want to support, make sure you use the donate link, like, subscribe, share the video on your social media for others to discover it, to find it helpful, and also recommend for grant partnership to create helpful Web3 developer content for any protocol, Solana, EVM, or blockchain you belong to. So open Solana Explorer and look at your new balance. So let's create it now. We are going to create it with SPL. Whenever you want to call, you use SPL token. So it knows we are dealing with token. Then this time around, we are minting. And we are minting. You remember, what are you minting? You are minting token associated with this token. this mint. Then how many are we minting? We are minting 100 according to, let's just do what they have here. You can mint 1,000, you can mint 1 million, you can mint 1 billion. This 1 billion, that's 9 zeros. Yeah. So So now you can see it. Now we can mint, let's try that 1 billion. Yeah. So to be more realistic, well, most people will not launch token with 100. I see what happens. So you can see it. So it's like I've mint this now. You can lock minting authority so that nobody can mint again, including you. And all you can do now is to transfer or distribute it. So let's see what we've got here. Let's check this transaction. But even if I refresh this, I think I should have something like it's showing me net. I need it in DivNet. So you can see it now. So I've literally minted 1 billion of the token into my wallet, and then I can distribute it. You understand what I'm saying? To maybe launching a token or things like that. And you can see it through compared to the same wallet before, which was 0 after it was initialized. And now I've minted 1 billion of it, and then I'm using 9 decimal, just like Solana. So you can see it. So 1 billion. It's even very clearer for you here. So we have been able to go through this step by step of creating your own Solana SPL token using the new token extension, and using one extension like metadata extension to associate the token. So if we go here, you can now transfer. If you want to transfer this token to another, this is what you do. Or also, if your wallet, if you import it to like this wallet we created now, if we import it to like maybe Soufflé or things like that, or Phantom, then we can use that to easily transfer the token to as many wallets as possible, or that we want it to. You can see it, the recipient. So this is how we will do it. I hope you've learned something, and I've tried to be as raw with it and follow this guide and try to like, okay, if you are following it, what are the challenges you likely face, and we fix those things together. And we can as well do a transfer, recipient wallet, and then funded, and that is how you create your own token. In summary, all we did was, first we have our own wallet, which we created as the ZS, which has to be a key pair. So the private key is also there so that it can sign transaction with the Solana CLI. Then once we do that, we now need to create a token mint. The token mint account, that's our token account itself, is what we created with this XYZ. Then once we have that, that's the second. The first one, once we have it, we need to get airdrop because we need SO on it. So if it's mainnet, you also need to buy SO on it. So then if once we have SO, we can pay for transaction at least maybe around 4 so and above. Then once we can pay for transaction, we'll create the mint. If you want a custom one or not, we'll create a mint account and then create the mint token mint account and create our token. Then once we do that, we don't have any token in circulation. But before we do that, we associate it with metadata, and then we updated it with the metadata. And since we updated with metadata, we can now mint. Then we mint. For us to mint, we also need to create the third account called associated token account, which is this. And then once we initialize it, we minted 1 billion of the XYZ token to it. Let's see. You can see it. So this was the token account XYZ before and now. Before on-chain circulating supply, you see it. It now has the 1 billion something. This is also even showing on 1 trillion. I think the way it's showing is confusing, but this seems to show it more clearly. This 1 billion, then the dots. I think maybe it's showing the 09 zeros with it. Yeah, because 9, then the other one. So instead of it to be dots. But this seems to help us clarify it better. So you can check that in case you get confused. So we now have this in circulating supply, and it's just held by a wallet, and then from there we can distribute it all around. So, and we are able to achieve that. Once you mint, you can mint to others or transfer to them, and then your token is now live on Solana blockchain using Solana CLI and token extension. You can use other token extension as well. So that's it for this video. If you like what I'm doing, please use the donate link, like, subscribe, share the video. Got stuck, need support, ask in the comment. And we also have a Discord, but ask, I always like question asked directly under the content. So if this have a guide, I will tell you to go and put it under the guide, so that when you ask a question, other people can come and read and get help and not ask the same question again. That's it. We've been able to achieve this. I remain Solomon Foske. Keep the programming spirit and alive, and please always do good to humanity and nature with your programming skill, and not able to make the world and universe a better place for us all. So I will see you in the next video. Peace.